And now Hunter Sung Jin-Woo is shown sitting beside Rasaka's corpse. His clothes are completely torn, evidence of the brutal battle he just endured. Hunter Kim's sword, the one he had thrown away in that dungeon and that had ended up in Hunter Sung Jin-Woo's hands, was now broken. Sung Jin-Woo sat there wounded and exhausted, yet in his grasp he now held a new weapon. It turned out to be a C-rank dagger called Rasaka's Fang, and it possessed two effects, paralysis and bleed. In addition to the weapon, he also received another item, Rasaka's Poison. Since Hunter Sung Jin-Woo had killed the dungeon boss, the dungeon began to disappear. It started reverting to its true form, just like in a video game. Both the dungeon and Rasaka's corpse vanished as if they had never existed at all. And so after clearing the dungeon, Hunter Sung Jin-Woo made his way upstairs. When he emerged above ground, he saw that night had already fallen. Then a silhouette appeared. It turned out to be the soldier who had escorted all the regular people to safety. Since Hunter Sung Jin-Woo had just emerged from the dungeon, he asked the soldier what had happened while he was inside. The soldier, noticing the sword in Sung Jin-Woo's hand and his tattered clothing, quickly put the pieces together. In that moment, he realized that Sung Jin-Woo was the hunter. So after that, the soldier told Hunter Sung Jin-Woo to follow him. As Sung Jin-Woo walked behind the soldier, he noticed the corpses of monsters lying scattered across the area. And he quickly realized that a portal had opened nearby, allowing the monsters to escape. After the soldier confirmed Hunter Sung Jin-Woo's words, his expression changed, growing more serious and concerned. We can clearly see how much the protagonist has changed. And then just as suddenly, he felt a surge of magical power rising within him. And so we are shown the monster being attacked in various ways, yet completely unaffected. The hunters are doing their best, trying relentlessly to bring it down, while the soldiers work to keep the civilians at a safe distance. Meanwhile, frustration begins to grow among the people, who start to resent the hunters for taking so long to deal with the threat. But what they fail to understand is just how difficult a hunter's job truly is, and how challenging it is to face such monsters. And so the battlefield unfolds before us. The healers are doing their best to restore the health of the tank, who is bearing the brunt of the monster's relentless attacks. As it turned out, the monster's armor was far tougher than they had anticipated. Finally, Hunter Sung Jin-Woo arrived on the scene. It was clear that the team was struggling to contain the monster. The tank continued to absorb the full force of its attacks, while the other hunters desperately tried to inflict even the slightest damage. Meanwhile, the healers worked tirelessly to tend to the wounded, doing everything they could to keep their comrades standing. Hunter Sung Jin-Woo appeared to be deep in thought. Meanwhile, one of the mages called out to a second healer asking for assistance. That healer turned out to be a B-rank healer, Hunter Juhi, but the hunter couldn't understand why Huntress Juhi wasn't treating them. She began to suspect that something might be wrong with Juhi. And then we see Juhi slowly begin to use her healing power, but suddenly she remembered the face of that enormous statue from the double dungeon. Her expression revealed that she still hadn't recovered from the trauma of that harrowing experience. In that moment, she realized that if she backed out now, she wouldn't be able to return to the life she once knew. Hunter Sung Jin-Woo noted that even after a week, Juhi still hadn't been able to overcome her fear. It also made him reflect on himself, realizing that he too hadn't completely conquered his own fear. And just like her, he knew that if he backed off now, he would return to his old life as the weakest hunter. He determined that this stone boss was approximately D rank. After calculating everything, Hunter Sung Jin-Woo took a wide step back in preparation and raised his nearly broken sword. For this attack, he tensed every muscle in his arm. His face, filled with confidence and determination, made it clear he was about to shatter this monster into pieces. With a precise combination of footwork and a sharp thrust, he drove his sword straight toward the boss. At the same time, the healers were using all their strength to treat the tank, who had been enduring the boss's relentless blows for a long while. One could see from the expression on his face just how exhausted he was from holding back the stone monster. The healers continued treating him without pause, repeatedly saying that what they truly needed was a high-ranked hunter. But then the tank noticed something strange, and in an instant something flew straight into the boss's face. Just like that, the strike landed perfectly. After Hunter Sung Jin-Woo's attack, the boss was shattered into splinters. The hunters who had been battling it erupted in cheers, believing they were the ones who had slain the monster. But the tank couldn't shake the thought that up until that moment their attacks had been completely ineffective. Suddenly overcome by exhaustion, he collapsed. Eventually, the tank realized that they had received help from someone outside. He started searching for what had flown at the boss. As he looked at the boss's corpse, he couldn't understand how or what could have blown its head off. He finally found the weapon that had killed the boss and was stunned. Despite 10 men failing to even wound it, the boss had been slain with just a sword. The tank turned to one of the soldiers and asked if he had seen who threw the sword. The soldier wanted to mention Hunter Sung Jin-Woo, but he was already gone. The soldier replied that Hunter Sung Jin-Woo had been there just moments ago, but had vanished as if he had vaporized.